De'Aaron, obviously big night for HB tonight. Do you feel like there's been a more concerted effort to get him involved, or is this kind of just still naturally happening in the flow?
I think a lot of it just happens in the flow, but that's kind of how he's getting going. And then once he gets going, then there's more of an effort to get him the ball in certain spots. Whenever we've had scoring droughts, obviously not many, we scored 134 points, but we felt like we kind of needed a bucket. We were going to him in the post, and he was delivering for us.
Darren, a lot is going to be made tonight about the scoring from both teams, but to win that game with two big defensive possessions, the Harrison block, and then you and Kevin's stop on Fox there at the end, is that, on Curry there at the end, is that kind of poetic justice or a nice bow on the night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we wish we made the free throws at the end of the game, but I mean, there are just times where tough shots are going in. Like, it's not like this was just a layup fest. So people look at the game and be like, there's no defense being played. If you actually, you watch the game. I mean, Steph's 6 for 14. I think maybe 2 or 3 of his threes are wide open. Other than that, I mean, Clay hit some late clock buckets. Wiggs hit some late clock buckets. Like, you play defense for 20, 21, 22 seconds, and it's not going to be the result that you want every time. That's just the nature of the game. That's the nature of NBA basketball. But for us to be able to get that stop at the end of the game, knowing we're up 1 and you can't give up any type of bucket, is definitely big for us.
De'Aaron, I know the Warriors last year were saying how they still don't really consider this a rivalry. Do you feel like these games, it's becoming more of a Northern California rivalry between you and the Warriors?
Have you asked anybody from our team before?
We have not.
Have you read anything about anybody from our team calling it a rivalry?
I think you guys have.
Who?
Well, no, I don't remember doing this. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've never called it a rivalry, so.
I mean, would you consider it one at this point? You feel like it's getting.
Why would this be a rivalry?
Because you guys have played that far from each other. You guys have
They haven't played that far from each other for 20 years.
right, but.
They never play each other in the playoffs. That's why it's trying to be considered a rivalry.
Well, and you guys are playing better.
I would say if we played the Clippers in the playoffs last year and we go to 7 games, it's probably considered the same thing because we played them 11 times in one season. So, I mean, just because of the amount of games, I don't consider it a rivalry, no.
De'Aaron, Kevin heard him miss those 2 free throws. Bless his heart. But you guys,
It's funny. We were talking about it too. So
right on. But you guys,
he got on me and Malik because he was like, "Well, I missed him and we won." So
you had a little back and forth going on. But you were 8 for 8. You guys were 12 for 12 at one point. But you finished 16 for 19. How important was it, to make those free throws because they did make a difference in the game?
Yeah, I mean those are big for us. Obviously, we've had close games where we've shot in the 50s, high and low 50s, and we've lost those games by 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So for us to make our free throws and be able to pull out a close one, I mean that's just a testament to what we need to do. Because if we don't make our free throws, this is an entirely different game. So obviously you don't want to just sit here like, oh, make your free throws, because we actually had a conversation about this, and Jay Triano brought up, us telling you to make your free throws isn't going to make anything better. It's not going to make you make your free throws. So for us, obviously, you go in, you continue to work on it, and we know that we have to shoot free throws better. But sitting there saying you need to make your free throws, that's never going to fix anything.
De'Aaron, there's been a lot of talk, like at least during that 4-game stretch, that just talk about the vibes, like on this team, around this team. Like, what can you say about the vibes in the locker room, and how good is a win like this to start a long trip for that?
I mean, I think it was fine. I mean, I also think in that 4-game stretch, we handed 2 games away on a silver platter. So I think there was anything to panic about. I think if 2 more free throws go in, or if 2 possessions go the other way, we're not sitting here having this conversation. So nothing really changed with this team.
Fox, back in the playoffs, a lot was made about Domas and the space that the Warriors were giving him tonight. He seemed to take those shots, especially hitting a couple of wide open threes that they gave him. I'm just curious your perspective on his willingness to take that shot and how confident you guys are in him taking that shot, and I guess how much you enjoy seeing those drop.
Yeah, I mean, seeing him this summer and the amount of work that he's put in on his jumper, obviously we don't need him taking step back threes or anything like that, but when they're giving him that much space, we want him to take those shots. And when he's doing it with confidence, you become become a better shooter whenever you actually want to whenever you want to take those shots. So, like I said, we're not asking him to shoot 4, 5, 6 threes a game. If he shoots 1 or 2, that's perfectly fine because that makes guys have to take 1 or 2 more steps up. It opens up the drive for him and it opens up the spacing for everybody else. So, as he continues to just grow his confidence as a shooter, it helps the entire team. And I think that's also a big thing for me. Just you're growing your confidence as a shooter. It helps the entire team.
I think 2 or maybe all 3 of your made triples tonight were kind of just walking down the floor early in the shot clock while they have some momentum. Are you consciously in those moments like trying to slow down what they have going?
Yeah, it's funny because I told Doug anytime a team makes a layup, especially if a guard makes a layup, I always tell them to try to get it out fast. And then those are shots that everybody works on. At some point, you're just sitting in the gym and you're walking up and you're taking a 3. So for me, sometimes those can be momentum killers for teams. And obviously, you have to make the shot. But I have a lot of confidence in those walk up off the dribble 3s. And when I do it while they're on a run, I feel like that really helps boost our team up.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.